Ian Bremmer.
I cede to the ambassador that a nuclear weapon is not a sugar beet. Look, the question is not do nukes matter. The question is how important do we actually estimate Russia's capabilities broadly. Since the Cold War is over, Gallup has taken a poll of all Americans asking open-ended question. Who do we think of as our principal enemy? Right? They probably even asked Romney at one point, right? They got the Russia answer, but not from anybody else. China most recently was number one. Before that, it was Iran. And the only other countries that ever make it into the top four, Iraq and North Korea, we're just not that worried. Look, when Obama came in, we sent over as ambassador to Russia Mike McFaul, guy I know very well, very capable guy, former Stanford prof, did his PhD with me at Stanford, and is absolutely pro-democracy, pro-opposition. First day he goes over to Moscow, what does he do? He meets with the opposition. Clearly a red rag to a bull, right? I mean, we never would have done that with China. We never would have sent over someone that would offend them that much. Why not? Because we care about China, because China matters. It's big. I mean, there is a major power out there that doesn't agree with us on things. It's called China, right? Hillary Clinton said, you don't preach human rights to your banker. That's what Hillary said, right? Hillary just compared Putin to the Fuhrer. Right? Why? Because she can, because Russia doesn't matter as much to us. That's the way we perceive it, right? And perception is a part of reality.
Okay, let me stop you there because it's a really interesting point I want to bring back to Robert Blackwill or Peter Hitchens if you want to jump in on it as well. That in fact Russia is a marginal power with the evidence being the way that we all treat it.
Well,
and there's a logic to that.
There may be a logic. It's mistaken if there's such a logic. Empirically, as I said, the American president, the British prime minister, the German chancellor, the Italian prime minister have spent hours on the phone, we all know, with Putin, trying to persuade him to change Russian policy toward Ukraine and the Crimea. You don't do that. These busy leaders don't do that with a marginal power. They do it with a country they know is going to be crucial in the future of an important country that has 40 million people, is geopolitically in a crucial place on the hinge between Western, Eastern Europe, and out to Eurasia and so forth. So they're not being treated by the international system as if they're marginal. And then finally, but perhaps partly because we're in New York, we return to the Security Council. We cannot get our way in the Security Council without Russia.
Okay, Robert.
And without Russia, we act often outside international law.
Robert, you've just come up with a term that I think helps steer this debate, because the two of you, neither of you want to argue that Russia is a great power, but you just used the word crucial, which fights the word marginal very, very well. So.